Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated audio launches of the year, the Apple AirPods Pro 3. Apple has been on a roll in 2025, from the upcoming iPhone 17 series to the Apple Watch Ultra 3. But for a huge number of users worldwide, the AirPods Pro lineup is the most important part of the Apple ecosystem. Why? Because they are small, portable, and yet they completely transform the way we listen to music, watch movies, and even communicate across languages. In this video, I'm not just going to tell you what's new, I'm going to take you through every single detail of the AirPods Pro 3, how they compare with the AirPods Pro 2, why Apple decided to make certain changes, what features are truly game-changing, and whether or not this upgrade is worth your money in 2025. So let's jump straight into it. First impressions at Apple's big reveal. When Apple holds an event at the Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino, you know something big is coming. This time around, all signs pointed to a major update in Apple's audio lineup. And sure enough, the AirPods Pro 3 were revealed. At first glance, they may look similar to the Pro 2s, but when you actually get hands-on, you immediately notice differences in the design, the fit, and of course the sound quality. Apple has spent years fine-tuning these, and the Pro 3s bring the biggest jump we've seen since the original AirPods Pro launch back in 2019. Sound quality, a night and day difference. Let's start with what most of us care about the most, sound quality. I tested the AirPods Pro 3 side by side with the AirPods Pro 2, using a reference track I've listened to hundreds of times for calibration, something I always do to evaluate speakers and headphones. The difference was immediately clear. Bass response. The lows on the Pro 3s are deeper, richer, and more controlled. Apple has rebuilt the internal airflow system, which means bass no longer muddies the mix, but instead feels clean and powerful. Highs and treble. The high-end sounds sparkly without being sharp, making vocals and instruments pop with clarity. Cymbals, guitar strings, and even subtle studio details feel much more alive. Mid-range. The mid-tones, where most vocals and speech live, sound much more natural. Podcasts and calls feel closer to studio-grade clarity, and the reason behind this? Apple completely redesigned the acoustic driver system and expanded the ports on the AirPods Pro 3, allowing for better airflow and improved frequency response. If you care about audio, whether it's music, movies, gaming, or even audiobooks, this is not a small upgrade. This is a major leap forward. Noise cancellation and transparency mode. Another area where Apple has really stepped things up is noise cancellation. During testing in a noisy environment, the AirPods Pro 3 blocked out sound with stunning precision. Compared directly with the Pro 2, the difference is massive. Fans of active noise cancellation, ANC, will notice that Apple has tuned these earbuds to cancel out both low-end rumble, like airplane, engines, and higher-pitched chatter at cafes or offices. But what impressed me even more is transparency mode. Apple has made it so realistic that, honestly, at times you'll forget you even have earbuds in. You can hold a conversation naturally, hear environmental sounds perfectly, and yet still enjoy your music layered seamlessly in the background. It feels almost like having super hearing. Design and fit, foam ear tips, and comfort now. Let's talk about the design and fit. The AirPods Pro 3 don't reinvent the wheel, but they do refine the experience. The biggest change here is the memory foam ear tips. They feel softer, more flexible, and adapt better to your ear canal. The result? A tighter seal, improved comfort, and better passive isolation before ANC even kicks in. Apple is offering multiple sizes right in the box, and the ear tip fit test in iOS has been improved to ensure you're getting the right fit for maximum sound quality. For long listening sessions, these feel more secure and less fatiguing than the Pro 2s. If you're a frequent traveler, gym goer, or someone who wears AirPods for hours while working, this is a very welcome change. Apple claims that the AirPods Pro 3 brings slightly better battery life, with up to 7 hours of listening time on a single charge, and over 30 hours total with the new MagSafe charging case. The case itself is smarter too. It supports Find My Precision tracking, so losing your AirPods will be a lot harder. It also charges via USB-C, finally moving away from Lightning, which aligns with the iPhone 17 and EU regulations. Fast charging is here as well. Just 5 minutes in the case gives you about an hour of listening time, which is super handy when you're rushing out the door. Deep integration with iOS 19 and Apple ecosystem. Another big selling point is how seamlessly the AirPods Pro 3 integrate with the rest of the Apple ecosystem. Adaptive audio. Combines noise cancellation and transparency automatically depending on your environment. Personalized spatial audio. Now even more precise, mapping the shape of your ears for immersive sound. Health integration. AirPods Pro 3 can measure subtle ear-based biometrics like body temperature and even early respiratory trends, tying into Apple Health Action Button. Support. With iOS 19, you can assign live translation, quick controls, or workout shortcuts directly to your AirPods. No other wireless earbuds on the market offer this level of synergy across phone, watch, Mac, and iPad. At pricing and availability now, the big question: price. Apple has priced the AirPods Pro 3 at $299 USD, which is $50 more than the AirPods Pro 2 at launch. That might feel like a steep increase, but considering the new features, especially live translation and improved sound hardware, it actually makes sense. Pre-orders open immediately in most regions, with official availability starting later this month. Expect long wait times if you don't order early, because demand for this upgrade is going to be massive. AirPods Pro 3 versus AirPods Pro 2. Should you upgrade? So, is it worth upgrading? Here's the breakdown. If you already own AirPods Pro 2, you'll notice huge differences in sound quality, noise cancellation, and of course, translation. It's not a minor update, it's a leap. If you're coming from the original AirPods Pro or older AirPods, the difference is night and day. You'll feel like you're jumping several generations ahead. If you're completely new to AirPods, this is simply the best entry point. Final thoughts: Apple's most important audio product. Yet the AirPods Pro 3 are not just an upgrade. They represent Apple's vision for the future of audio: smarter, more connected, and more human, with incredible sound, next-gen noise cancellation, all-day comfort, and game-changing translation features. This is more than just another pair of earbuds. It's a tool for communication, travel, and personal health. In 2025, when people look back at Apple's launches, I honestly think the AirPods Pro 3 will be remembered as one of the most impactful, not just for audiophiles, but for everyday users worldwide. So the verdict? If you can afford it, the AirPods Pro 3 are absolutely worth the upgrade.